Support WrestleTalk!
Hello and welcome to WrestleTalk's prediction show for NXT TakeOver Portland. It's this thing that we do in the office, and it looks like this now. People are dancing behind me or something.
Warming up.
Oh, that's it. Just gearing up.
High kicks.
Yeah, give the video a like, do the thumbs up thing, leave us a comment letting us know what you think of the predictions things. Don't be truthful, just tell us you like it because we need the ego inflation. We've hired Adam Blompier and we're all feeling a little bit down about it because he's clearly more beloved than we are. If you want to take part in predictions warfare with us in the Wrestle League, you've got to become a Patreon. They run until WrestleMania now, starting at the Rumble, so you may be a little bit behind, but that's fine. You can catch up. It's cool. We've got a system for that.
Hey.
Anyway, we're starting off with Rhea Ripley versus Bianca BelAir for the NXT Women's Championship.
I've got Rhea Ripley because I've watched NXT 3 times or so this year, and I know for a fact that it's Rhea Ripley against Charlotte at WrestleMania.
You know for a fact that you did, Meltzer.
I think either Charlotte's going to come in and interfere, or it's going to be a clean victory for Rhea, and then Charlotte's going to come in afterwards and slap her up.
Don't do that too much. You'll wipe off the rest of your eyes.
That's true. Rhea.
I also think it's going to be Rhea Ripley because,
Luke almost gives too much working. He's always got such a well-defined story and what you're going to give. I'm also going to go for Rhea.
The amount of storytelling and summation of the backstory, you can tell that we've got that AEW bias, don't we? I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley. It's too early for her to lose the championship. I also think Bianca BelAir is definitely going up to the main roster soon. That big run in the front of the Rumble was like the sort of setting her up for when she comes to the main roster. People are like, oh yeah, it's that girl from before.
Ruby Riot's going to come out and say she had a lesbian affair with...
Everyone's a lesbian now.
Paul Heyman!
Every single person is in lesbians with somebody else. That is WWE's state of affairs now. What's the next match, Laurie?
What's the next match on your hand, Andy?
Let's do
We're going to do Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijak for the North American title. I'm going first. I'm going to say Keith Lee. I can't wait to see basically 2 monster trucks just smash into each other.
I'm actually going with Dijakovic.
Whoa!
Because although I want my boy Keith to win...
I'm so sorry, Keith. I didn't think you were in
Look, just because me and Keith are mates, don't be jealous about it. No, I'm picking Dijak here because I think Keith Lee is going to be called up to the main roster.
Ooh.
Quite stupid at this point to keep him down in NXT, so just move him up to the main roster and capitalise on that success. So I'm going with Dijak to take the belts off him so Keith Lee can ascend up to the main roster. Or descend.
That Keith Lee is also going
Why are you standing like this?
to win. I don't do this very often. I don't know how to stand. I do think Keith is going to go out to the main roster. However, I think he's going to do it at a later point. He's going to do it just before WrestleMania.
What a bold
Just
claim.
after WrestleMania.
I'm going to go with Keith Lee, mainly because I still can't say Dijak's name. So yeah, I'm going to say Keith Lee. The guy's limitless. I think he still might appear on the main roster at Elimination Chamber, but it won't be like a call-up until after WrestleMania. WrestleMania season seems to be quite busy anyway. Keith Lee has Monday night after Mania written all over him. So yeah, Keith Lee to retain, and not just because I can't say Dijak's name properly.
How's that any different?
Good point. Well said, Ollie. Very
Thanks,
well
guys.
said.
Thanks, guys.
Excellent prediction. He's got it. He's nailed it.
Next up, it's Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox in a street fight. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
I'm so into this feud. I'll save my part.
Nobody knows.
So actually, I'm going to say it's Dakota Kai to win this one because Tegan Nox has already beaten her on TV, and while her heel turn hasn't been as great as we all thought it might be, I think beating her like a drum twice in a row would be very detrimental to that character. Give her a heel win here, then you can build to a rubber match at the Mania Weekend Takeover, where Tegan Nox can get the big babyface win, and we can all move on. So I'm going with... Who did I go with?
Yeah, it's a shame that this one didn't... It was such a big heel turn at War Games.
It was rad.
Yeah, but it hasn't really delivered. No interaction between them in the Royal Rumble. Seems like a big missed opportunity. But Dakota Kai, I guess? It's a shame. Both of them are so good. Nixon Newell.
long as just naming what they used to be called.
Just because I used to watch wrestling when it before everyone else liked it. Prince Devitt.
I'm going to go for Tegan.
I'm going for Dakota Kai. I reckon she knocks Tegan out in the street fight with some kind of weapon, because then that could put Tegan off for a while longer, because she doesn't really need to be on TV at the moment, because there's so many people on TV.
Just in general, so many people on TV. Hundreds.
No.
Schofield's on TV.
He is, and doing some great stuff.
Big face turn.
Yeah.
Next up, it's the Undisputed Era versus the Broserweights of Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne.
Broserweights.
Why?
Because I think the Undisputed Era are losing all their belts. Ooh. Spoiler for my main event prediction. So yeah, I think the Broserweights. Although there's every chance that they won't.
I have the Undisputed Era. I think that Pete Dunne, is his name, is going to turn on Matt Riddle because he doesn't like him very much, actually. I just don't see this as a long-term team, and I think you could have a lot of mileage out of a Dunne-Riddle feud. I think that would be really cool.
I just had to check because I think it could go either way.
Those are the rules of a wrestling match.
But like Rhea Ripley, for instance, quite a clear winner, I would say, with the Charlotte Flair plans. Andy, I heard it from Andy. He knows it 100%. But Undisputed Era, they could lose all the belts. That could be a story. Or the Broserweights could win, which is what I seem to have gone for on my notes.
I think they quite like the Broserweights at the moment. They're giving them a lot of time and a lot of promo. They really like this idea that Matt Riddle is a super stoner, and Pete Dunne keeps accidentally setting him up by saying, like, oh, it's like a blunt object. And he's like, blunt? We're going to win and it's going to be dope. Dope?
Oh, it's currently 20 past 4. 4:20!
And then they gave them a golf cart to come out with last week on NXT. So I think they're going to win. Their entrance is going to be the both of them riding a giant spliff.
That's kind of letting off smoke at the front and the lights giving the impression
Matt Riddle floating on a cloud of weed. Next up, it's Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano for all of the marbles. There's no title on the line, there's no nothing. This is just a blood feud that was interrupted by a smaller blood feud with Ilya Dragunov, and now we're back on the blood feud. My theory for this is that Finn Balor is going to win, but he's going to win with help, because WWE has just signed Killer Cross and Timothy Thatcher. I think Killer Cross has to be, and this is all based on a logo. Finn Balor changed his logo from the Finn Balor like lightning bolt thing with the B into this new like Prince logo. Balor's got Prince, but then he's crossed out the C in Prince with an X. So I think it says Prince.
Prime is not a cool name.
Prime.
Prince.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
I was thinking more like, what do you put tuna?
Autobots. Anyway, Prime Devitt, he's got this big X over one bit of his name now. And Killer Cross has a name that's a big X and used to give people X's, like he was some sort of like weird Long John Silver character in Impact. So I just imagine now that he's going to be part of this and then turn the match in Balor's favour, and it's going to be like a new Enforcer Bullet Club type thing.
What about X-Pac and Nikki Cross?
X-Pac, Nikki Cross, Killer Cross. It's the ultimate stable. Chris Cross is there.
Yes.
Yo, you're dealing with the X Factor. Get Uncle Cracker on the phone. I'm also going with Finn Balor on this one, just because I think they're going with a big old heel push for Balor. But I much prefer your version of events. So if that doesn't happen now, the show's...
Yeah.
Luke only talks in pockets now. Yeah, I'm going Finn Balor too, possibly via some kind of Bullet Club new faction. I'm just stealing Norrie's thing now.
But we already know what Andy's got because he's already read Finn off his hand.
Yeah, I got Finn Balor.
Charlotte Flair.
I think it's going to be a fantastic match.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to it. I will be watching this one live.
My bold prediction is this is going to be match of the night.
But what about this match, the NXT Championship match between Adam Cole and Tommy Ciampa? Daddy's home and other phrases they say.
Daddy's home too.
Daddy's home, baby. That would be a weird. That's like a sort of Look Who's Talking style film, isn't it? Daddy's home, baby. I'm going to go for Tommy Champs in this because they're going to just clean sweep the Undisputed Era here, and they're going to not have titles anymore.
I'll go next because I'm also saying Tommy Champs for very similar reasons. Yeah, they're getting rid of all the gold because it's time the Undisputed Era lost all the belts. I don't think they're going to get a Mania call-up, though.
Yeah, I'm going Tommaso Ciampa. I think that's the grand story that's been told over the last year, well, 4 years almost. It's time for Adam Cole to drop the belt, but I don't know what's going to happen to the Undisputed Era afterwards. I don't want to see them break up, but what else is there left for them to do?
I have a strong prediction, and it is that Tommaso Ciampa is going to win thanks to interference from Roderick Strong, who will come down to the ring, look like he's going to save Adam Cole, and then hit some kind of backbreaker on Adam Cole, or possibly with a chair or a bin or a child, and then Roderick Strong leaves Undisputed Era, and it's the start of the slow kind of breakup of the squad.
Okay, well that's it. Cool. Bye then. Patreon, do Patreon stuff.
Comments with your predictions.
You could do some comments with your predictions. You could like the video. You could subscribe. You could click the bell icon to enable notifications. You can leave your predictions in the Wrestle League by becoming Pledge Hammer on Patreon. That's quite cool. You could tweet us about stuff. You could share this video around. That'd be really nice. Thanks for watching. That's been Predictions, etc.